So you can see here's a chart or a table of z-scores and percentiles, which is area below that z-score. This is from the textbook, and it is sort of a standard way to calculate percentages between two numbers, between a z-score, below a z-score, above a z-score, all those sorts of things. However, we also have at our disposal an online calculator, and that's the one I'm going to focus on. You can use the z-score formulas, get this and look it up in this table. That's one way to do it. You gain more accuracy by using a built-in calculator, either in your TI-84, which has these instructions in it, or using an online calculator such as I've got linked in the course. So let's take a look at question 45. We've got a normal distribution, a mean of 45, a standard deviation of 4.6. So what I've done is I've gone into the online calculator, and you'll see here I've got the mean and the standard deviation entered in, 46 and 4.6. Sorry, 45 and 4.6. So if I want the area to the left of 27, what I have to do is I have to come down on the calculator. I click the button for below, because to the left is below the mean. Enter the number 27, hit on recalculate, and we see we get a value of 0. There's 0%. There's not much at all. Now if you do the z-score calculation on a data value of 27, you'll see it's negative 3.9. That's so far down that we'll call it close enough to 0. Okay. So that one doesn't seem to be very helpful, but we can see we've got nothing pretty much to the left of the curve. The B part, we just keep the calculator exactly the same, except now we want the area to the left of 45, so that's still below. Notice we've changed the below portion to the number 45. And if you're thinking, which I don't always do when I do these problems, just plug them in, but 45 is the mean, it should be 50%. And that's exactly when we hit the recalculate. It tells us it's 0.5 or 50%. That's below. But the nice part of this is it gives us the graph or the drawing of a standard curve. So we see the shaded portion, just as the instructions ask for. So for the C part, let's move on. And we, again, have everything the same, except now we want it to the right, which is above the mean. So you'll see we have the part that's clicked above, selected, and I've entered the number 52, hit recalculate, and we see that we get 0.064, so 6.4% is to the right of 52. Okay. Let's take a look at D. Again, I'm not going to do much of a change. I'm still above because we're going to the right of 38, but now we see the relationship on the graph. Above 38, click recalculate, and you see it is 0.936, so 93.6%. That's above a data value of 38. And the nice part about this is this next calculation, E, would be very difficult, or more difficult, if we were using it by hand. But here, it's the area between. So we just click on the button that says between. We enter our 33 and our 48, and we find that it is 7.7383, so 73.83% is below or between these scores of 33 to 48. And that's how we can use the online calculator to do many of these calculations for us. Okay. Well, while we're going, why not take a look at 47? It's the same thing. We can go through and do use the calculator as well. So we've got 66 inches as our average, our median, our mean. Standard deviation of 2.5, so you see in the calculator I've entered those two things, the mean and the standard deviation. So for the A part, they want the probability that a person is between 65 and 69. And they want to sketch a graph, right? So we just click on the between, we put our 65, 69, hit recalculated, we get the graph, and we also get that it is 0.5404, so 54.04% are between those two, just as is listed here. For the B part, would you expect to meet any Asian adult males over 72 inches? Well, all we have to do is click on the above, because that's above the mean, put in our 72 inches, and we see that there's a little bit there. Not much, but less than 1%, so it's possible. And again, it depends on where we're at. Maybe we're at a basketball tournament. There might more likely to be taller Asians there than anywhere else. But it's possible, not as likely as finding someone from 65 to 69. Okay, and